In our package tonight, State Legislature Committee to check activities of scavengers in Akwa Ibom. Dangote Petroleum Refinery announces reduction in price of diesel to cushion hardship in that sector. Governor Moino moves to forestall lingering issues bordering on amended Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Law. Plus, University of Iyo holds 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture. We have details of these and other stories in a moment. Very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us on our news at 8. I am Juliet Richard, and I begin by telling you that playing his dual roles as Akwa Ibom State Governor and a reconciliation pastor, Governor Moino hosted paramount rulers drawn from 29 out of 31 local government areas of the state to find lasting solutions to the lingering issue arising from the amended Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Law. The paramount rulers of Ibono and in the local government areas were absent on health grounds. In an atmosphere of peace and unity, the governor at the event held at the State Executive Council chambers thanked the paramount rulers and assured them of his government's readiness to work with them to find a lasting solution to the matter. He said he has gone to Ibibio, Anang, and Oron lands to sue for peace on this issue and thank Barrister Akbc Tv for accepting to cooperate with government to resolve the matter out of court. There was a spirit of unanimity in the chamber on the constitution of the committee by the governor, as expressed by the following paramount rulers: Edidem Professor Amana Mudo, paramount ruler of Etamekbo, and Owong Okon Abang, paramount ruler of Mbo, as well as Edidem Clement Francis Ekpenyong of Ibesikbo Asotan, who all spoke in total support of the setting up of the committee on behalf of their colleagues. In a speech, the chairman of the State Traditional Rulers Council, Edidem Basi Etameded, thanked the governor for the excellent manner he has handled the matter and supported the issue and supported the idea of a committee to look into the issue as proposed by the governor. Meanwhile, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino has accepted the submissions of the royal fathers that the position of the President General of Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers should be on the principle of rotation, based on the agreement at the meeting in Government House Uyo, which the governor said would not want to meddle into the issue involving revered traditional fathers. A 7-man committee has been constituted to make recommendations concerning the mood or structure of the rotation and submit the conclusions to government in 2 weeks. A release by the Chief Press Secretary to the Governor, Keretudo, says the state's governor, Pastor Moino, will send the recommendations to the State House of Assembly for further considerations. Those listed in the committee include Edidem Etam Charles Daniel Abia, paramount ruler of Ekat, chairman; Edidem Ederakpaniyang, paramount ruler of Itu, member; Edidem Amanam Akpanodo, paramount ruler of Etemekbo, member; Akuku Okonodo Ukut, paramount ruler of Ikarekbene, local government area; and Owong Okon Asokwabang, paramount ruler of Mbo local government area, member. Others are Edide Mitaide Okokon, Paramount ruler of Okobo local government area, member. Okuku Ime Udo Soriam, Paramount ruler of Ibionibom local government area, member. While Dr. Emmanuel Umontwen, Secretary of Akwa Ibom Traditional Rulers Council, will function as the committee secretary. Also speaking, the Akwa Ibom Ibibio and President General of Akwa Ibom State Supreme Council of Traditional Rulers, His Eminence Ntenyan Solomon Eto, also sued for peace, emphasizing that as a state, they are all bound by the same cords of unity. In his vote of thanks, Barrister Ekpenyong Tekum counseled to some royal fathers who had initially instituted a court action on the issue, described Governor Moino as a man of peace. He thanked the governor for his ingenuity in setting up the committee and expressed his support, stating that it represents the best way to resolve the lingering issue. This position was also echoed by the State Attorney General, Mr. Ukodom San. Present at the meeting were the Speaker of the State House of Assembly, Elder Udema Atong, the Secretary to the State Government, Prince Enobonwa, Director General of Government Business, Chief Assam San, Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs, Mr. Frank Achibong, and the political advisor to the governor, Prince Godwin Ntoude. Meanwhile, the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has called on the state government to checkmate the activities of scavengers to forestall further destruction of strategic infrastructure. This followed a motion for an indefinite ban on scavenging by the House leader, Elder Sunday Johnny, who represents Ona State constituency. Our Legislative Affairs reporter, Uyukoswa, completes the story.
The House leader in his motion explained the menace of scavenging and the attendant consequences and risk to the state, and advocated an indefinite ban.
Worried that some of these critical investments put together by the government to better the education in the state have suffered a setback from criminal elements among the scavengers. Also aware that the vandalization of school properties and infrastructure in our state is a direct attempt to jeopardize government's effort in developing education in our state. Honorable colleagues, this motion therefore prays that this House to resolve as follows. 1. Scavengers in Akwa Ibom State must, as a matter of urgency, be bound until further notice.
The motion was massively supported by his colleagues, with most of them highlighting security concerns.
I don't know why in every street of Uyo you see people carrying bags. They can go to your house and get your generator in your absence and put in the bag and go away. Why our security agencies don't live up to expectation to arrest most of these hundreds? In where I come from, over 20 solar power pumps have been vandalized so far, and they're primary healthcare centers and also the rural water schemes. We did a subsequent survey, and so that over 250 have been provided by the previous government, and the World Bank have also been vandalized.
They came to my church premises and removed that big bell that was brought by the whites. That big bell in my church, you know, they came married and removed it. So it affects the entire environment, and we have to do something about it. So let me thank the leader of the House for bringing up this motion, and the House for engaging on this motion.
Speaker Udeme Otong directed the clerk of the House to communicate its resolution on the motion to the state governor for immediate implementation. Uyoko Uswa, Akbc News.
The 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture of the University of Uyo has been held. The lecture, which had the topic Employability and the Dynamics of Service Delivery in a Challenged Economy, the Way Forward for Tertiary Institutions in Nigeria, was delivered by a guest lecturer and Vice Chancellor, National University of Science and Technology, Abuja, Professor Joseph Eberendo. The lecture held at the 1,000-seater capacity Tetfon Auditorium, University of Uyo Main Campus, Nwaniba Road, Uyo. Esther Morin tells us more.
Professor Eberendo, who touched key areas of concern in relation to the topic, highlighted the importance of employability while advocating self-development and flexibility in adapting to changing work situations to boost job satisfaction, adding that such innovations are prerequisites to meeting global standards of service delivery.
Enhance job performance, open up more career options, help people become more flexible to changing work situation and boost job satisfaction.
The host and registrar University of Uyo, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, said the lecture is part of strategic measures put in place by the University of Uyo management to equip its registry staff with requisite knowledge, skills, and information needed to perform their roles effectively for the overall success of the institution and the society at large.
Furthermore, the year's theme is very apt because it offers us the opportunity to understand the intricate dynamics in service delivery in a depressed economy like ours and the expectations for the future.
Vice Chancellor Professor Yaudon Dayo said the registry lecture is one of the lecture series put in place by the university management aimed at educating staff and public on the need to enhance efficiency, skills, knowledge base, and consciousness about quality service delivery by all categories of staff in order to remain ahead in championing healthy global practices.
The economic realities of our nation. On one hand, it is expected that what makes one person employable and another not employable will be sufficiently highlighted and emphasized in the hope that the potentialities of job seekers will be fulfilled in order to ultimately eliminate factory mistakes and other such characters from our labor force.
The chairman on the occasion and political advisor to the state governor, Dr. Godwin Tugude, appreciated the university registrar, Mrs. Blossom Okorie, for choosing to tread the path of her predecessors in sustaining the registry lecture initiated some years ago, stating that such is needed in tertiary institutions to enable staff adapt to changing and challenging economic situations in order to meet up with global standards.
The 2024 University of Uyo Registry Lecture and Conferment of Award is specially set aside for all registry staff, among other things, to reflect on their relevant, competent abilities, opportunities, well as challenges with a hallmark of versatile administration.
The events featured unveiling and presentation of the registry digest by Dr. Udwa Obod and his team, goodwill messages, and presentation of awards of excellence to distinguished supporters of the event.
Hereby unveil the registry digest, the maiden edition, in the name of God the Son, in the name of God the Holy Spirit.
Esther Umoren, Akbc News.
Apartheid. Dangote Petroleum Refinery announces reduction in price of diesel to cushion hardship in that sector. We have details of this and more after the break. Stay with us.
This is our home, where we all belong. The place where life is beautiful. The peaceful ambience we enjoy when we live together in unity and love. It's on him and you know we go stand together, we go make them better. We be brothers and sisters, no matter where we day. Akwa Ibom, you know. It's all man, you know. No matter where we day, we are one. We are one. Let's live together in peace and harmony. Yeah.
Good to have you back. We bring you the last lap of our stories. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced further reduction in the price of diesel from 1,200 naira to 1,000 naira per litre. The refinery had supplied at a substantially reduced price of 1,200 naira per litre while ruling out their products 3 weeks ago. That price, which represented over 30% reduction from the previous market price of about 1,600 naira per litre, has been further reduced by the company. According to the Chief Executive Officer of Dangote Refinery, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, this significant reduction in the price of diesel is expected to positively affect all spheres of the economy and ultimately reduce the high inflation rates in the country. The Kano State High Court has issued an expert order affirming the suspension of the ex-governor Abdullahi Ganduye as the national chairman of the All Progressive Congress (APC). This followed a tumultuous period of strife and disagreement within the party. Justice Osman Malam Naaba, presiding over the court, granted the order in response to an expert's motion filed by 2 executive members of APC from the Gandulier ward, Laminu Sani and Haladu Gwanjo. The motion filed on behalf of the ward sought the suspension of the APC chairman, alleging misconduct and breaches of party regulations. The court's ruling mandated Gwanduye to cease all activities associated with his position as the national chairman of the APC, effectively halting his involvement in the affairs of the National Working Committee, NWC. Justice Naaba emphasized the need for maintaining the status quo, instructing all parties involved to uphold the suspension pending the substantive suit scheduled for April 30, 2024. The Federal High Court in Lagos State has granted a businessman and socialite, Pascal Okechukwu, popularly known as Cubana Chief Priest, 10 million naira bail with 2 sureties in like sum. Earlier, the celebrity barman pleaded not guilty to tampering and abusing the naira notes during his trial. Cubana Chief Priest was arraigned before Justice Kehinde Ogundere on 3 counts bordering on abuse of naira by allegedly spraying and tampering with the nation's currency at a social event, contrary to the provisions of the Central Bank Act of 2007. Cubana Chief Priest was alleged to have sprayed the naira on February 13, 2024 at a Eco Hotel dancing during a social event. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission alleged that sometime in 2020, during a social event in Lagos, Cubana chief priest tampered with funds in the denomination of 500 naira issued by the Central Bank of Nigeria by spraying the same for 2 hours. That's all we have for you tonight, but before we go, a quick look at the top stories. The Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly has called on the state government to checkmate the activities of scavengers to forestall further destruction of strategic infrastructure. This followed a motion for an indefinite ban on scavenging by the House leader, Elder Sunday Johnny, who represents Ona State constituency. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has announced for the reduction in the price of diesel from 1,200 naira to 1,000 naira per litre. The refinery had supplied at a substantially reduced price of 1,200 naira per litre while rolling out their product 3 weeks ago. Playing his dual roles as Akwa Ibom State Governor and a reconciliation pastor, Governor Moino hosted paramount rulers drawn from 29 out of the 31 local government areas of the state to find lasting solutions to the lingering issue arising from the amended Akwa Ibom State Traditional Rulers Law. Plus, the 4th Distinguished Registry Lecture of the University of Uyo has been held. The lecture, which had the topic Employability and the Dynamics of Service Delivery in a Challenged Economy, the Way Forward for Tertiary Institutions in Nigeria, was delivered by a guest lecturer and Vice Chancellor, National University of Science and Technology, Abuja, Professor Joseph Eberendu. That's all we have for you tonight. We really appreciate your company. I am Juliet Richard. Do have a pleasant night's rest.